2 seconds.
Check yourself.
Episode 49. We're excited. What a great night. We got Diane Brooks on tonight. We got a full house. We even have on the side to the T here. But we're super excited, man. What a great night. Vic, thanks for always putting on a great production on the back end, working that spaceship. And everyone, thanks. If you could just turn down your volume on your phone. Please share this out, guys. We appreciate it. Everything it's crazy. When we started earlier in the year, the feeling you get now going to the end of the year, this is stability. Someone that shows up in TC Backer, the culture, the group shows up every week, and that's just awesome. I'm glad to be a part of this. Please put your town in the comments. It's nice to know where you're at when you're watching this show. If you share it to your page, you can start a watch party. That would be appreciated. They're always looking to hire good talent. If you have the energy to want to be outside, you want to be a roofer, a sider, the best way to come in is a gutter woman or a gutterman to learn how to do gutters. They're definitely looking for good people. If you're good in sales, communication, estimating, maybe you're good at driving a truck and plowing and landscaping. I don't know what your skill is and what you love, but contact them. Maybe they can't hire you today, but at least you'll be on the list. TC Backer's on the forefront of being a hometown contractor, and they keep expanding the hometown. Basically Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
Is the main area in Northern Maryland.
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
So, so just share it out. It's great. You might be a contractor and went into the business and saying, "I'm going to do this on my own," and maybe you were doing fine before Corona, but just the food chain of supply to people could have hurt your business and made it tough to, because at the end of the day, if you're not big enough, getting paid is a tough thing when you're an entrepreneur. So maybe the time is to check them out, and maybe you want to come on board and have the love of what you were doing, right? Maybe you love putting in windows and helping people have that secure home. Maybe you love doing roofing, but you just don't want to sell the job anymore, and you just don't want to collect the money anymore or run and go get the supplies. Come on board. Might be a good fit, it might not be. But now's the time for people. We're going into the new year. It's a great time to get your home remodeled, to get your roof done, to get your siding done. Now's the time to set the contract up, get the financing. We're going to talk about some great financing options. They have a lot of great financing options. Yep. And if ever now we thought about triple pane being relevant, I would say the last couple of days, we have found out that triple pane is relevant. And here's the nice thing about TC Backer and Horizon Lawn. If you just need them to come out for one fall cleanup, there's a lot of leaves with the warm weather that are holding on to some of those old oak trees. Just give them a call. They'll give you an estimate. Maybe you just need a roof repair. It's been very windy this year. So give them a call and they'll come out and repair it. If you're going to settlement, I see a lot of real estate deals out there where it hangs on the balance of a roof. Give them a call. It's better to get your roof taken care of before you sell your house. You're going to get better value for your house. But at the end of the day, we just thank everybody for being here. It's episode 49, so that means next week is 50. So we better make 49 set up 50. Right. And we're excited. We have great guest, Diane. She does amazing things, has great experience in business, and we're going to talk to her tonight. Ty, take over, my man.
Sure. Yeah, so we have Diane Brooks with All Things Business. So Diane, she's been a huge fan of ours and has followed us for quite some time, and she's literally a Facebook friend. I haven't got to meet her personally yet, but I feel like I know her. She'll send me some inspirational messages every now and then, and I really appreciate that. So here's Diane. Diane, why don't you give us a little bit about what you do?
Okay. Well, I have these sample-free glasses on tonight. This is how you get free stuff in the mail for marketing, and you don't have to pay anything for it. And these are supposed to be able to look into the future and tell me how to do my marketing by myself. But everything's blurry, so I'm thinking that's a bad sign, and that the free stuff doesn't work. So I'm going to put the other ones on so I can see you guys. I can tell what color shirts you all have on, but that's about it. So, okay, now I'm ready to work.
Nice.
My name's Diane Brooks. My business is All Things Business, like you can see there. And I named it All Things Business because it is a general hub for everything that has to do with business. I took apart the part that I had done bookkeeping before. I don't have that attached anymore. So it has everything to do with advertising and marketing. And the two basic things are working with promotional products and not letting you convince yourself that free stuff works because it gets in the trash can, and helping businesses find the right product that's going to get them a return on that investment instead of products being expenses and end up thrown away. And the other side of the business is I do virtual marketing. So instead of a business hiring an employee, they hire us to either work on a project or do monthly contract and help them out with all of their marketing.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically you optimize, help people optimize their brand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In other conversations that we have, I've heard you talk about, trade shows and like, tell me a little bit about trade shows. Like I know we do a lot of trade shows. So what would you be able to do for us if I call you up and say, Diane, we have a trade show in New York coming up February 11th through the 12th. What could you do for us? Okay,
sure. The trade shows, I did tell you a little bit about my background working with SignMedics, the electric sign company. I've been there since 2007. So that's where I first started doing the trade shows for them with ABC. That's kind of how you and I first had a conversation about estimating and blueprint reading, I think it was. And I commented, I can read blueprints. That's how I've learned to do all that.
That's right.
Taking classes through there. So we did, every year we did a trade show, and one of the years I had asked if I could add a popcorn machine, bring a large screen in to showcase the signs we had built on a rotating slide. This was before we're doing Zoom and all that kind of thing. And I wanted to bring a big mock sign in that lit up LED. So everybody thought I was pretty wacko, but they passed it. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I pat everybody on the back that stopped at our table, because it ended up being the hub. We had something to do, which was eat popcorn. So the people that walked up were just standing there, chomping away on popcorn. And of course the smell is all through the building. So they're coming there because of that. It cost, I don't know, wasn't much, $150, that's it. The other thing was actually being able to show things that we've already done and people to recognize the location of where that sign was. So to see, oh, that's the Fulton Bank in Hanover, then that relates to them, and they can pick up on, oh, so you guys must be the ones then that did that. So anytime you can attach sort of a location with a picture, really helps optimize what you're doing. Of course, the big sign that we lit up, that attracted people. My biggest answer to you, the best one I can give you, is when you're choosing how to set up your trade show, make sure there's an area for people that, how there's guests that just want to walk past and they want to grab the free pen. That's all they want to do. They want to make their rounds, check it out. They're a little bashful to walk up to your stand. So give them a side of your table that they can just do that. Just let them walk through, grab your pen, and if they come back, they come back. But make sure you have a separate part that you can, if somebody starts engaging in a conversation, you can kind of have them over to that little spot away from the other people. So you're not deterred from having that engagement with that person. And they don't feel uncomfortable like, well, I can't get a word in here, so I'm just going to leave. That, and to choose the less expensive, but I'm not going to call it cheap, but the less expensive gifts to lay on that table for people to pick up. And then when you're engaging in a conversation with someone, give them maybe the tablet to go with the pen, or something that they're going to keep and use, that they're not going to just throw in the tote bag, go home and dump it all out like it's trick or treat candy. So that would probably be my advice to you for.
Wow.
a quick advice on how to get started.
I really like that idea. I mean, like right away, I'm already starting to think I like this lady. Not that I already did.
I see it turning.
But I like the way that you think outside the box. So,
Yeah.
basically when you say I offer smart marketing solutions, that's exactly what you do. You offer smart marketing solutions. So you don't just sell products.
No, not at all. I honestly, there's so many times I haven't sold anything because I talk a lot. I give you the answers. My hope is you're going to come to me when you're ready to order and not go to Vistaprint or Amazon. But I have no control over that. So I can just offer you my experience and my skills. And I do have a skill to understand A to Z and walk on the other side of the table, because I too have been an employee and a business owner. I am both. So I can see both sides, and that's how I can see to get the return on the money I'm going to spend. And also from an employee standpoint, just kind of like a customer walking by there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's say there was something that you didn't offer. Do you network with other companies that...
Absolutely. And I am constantly looking for people, because, there can be, just like in the sign business, there's months where the weather's bad, so we aren't doing signs. It's the same in, I'm sure you're used to it too. Different things flow at different times of the year. I lost the train of thought, what you asked me.
So you can network with other people. Let's say there's something, because usually I'll throw something at somebody and they're like, but I know somebody. Like, so do you network?
Oh, definitely.
Do you network with other companies?
And that's from networking. And also what I was getting at is when I'm busy and I might have too many clients to handle by myself, then I will have to sub something out. In particular, I have the knowledge of building a website, and I can build e-commerce websites. But to build a website that has all the coding and everything behind it, that's not my turf. And I would not even act like it was. So I would bring somebody in to do that. I do have a graphic designer. I share the graphic designer with Signmedics. We have a partnership. So while he's working on sign projects, he's also working on the art for all things business. And then I'm able to work with non-illuminated signage with them.
Okay, so let's put the cart before the horse here a little bit. Give me some of your experience. Like, how did you get involved with this? Like, what did you do before this, or is this something you've always done? Like, give me some of your background. How long have you been doing this? Like, give me from the beginning.
Okay. Well, I got a lot of years here, so we don't want to go that far. But, I started in accounting at Armstrong right out of high school at 17 years old. So I've kind of been going ever since then. And then I stayed home, had 2 sons, stayed home about 7 or 8 years. And when I got back into work, they were just putting, like at Armstrong, we had the big mainframe IBM computer that you never got to see. It was in a room all by itself. So when I started going back to work after the boys, then they just started putting one computer in an office, just one. We started out with that. So I had to learn all that, and I went through that. And I worked for anybody that was local because of having the children in school. So I was with a landscaper, an architect, real estate, an oil delivery company. And I mostly did 6 months or 3 months, little time frames there when somebody needed something. So my background in accounting kept growing. It was when I worked with Signmedics. I started in 2007. About 3 years into it, because I was doing the books, I thought, I feel really bad because I'm the one typing the invoice and sending it to the client. And, I hit send, and then their check comes in and I match it and it goes through the accounting system. And I think, you know what? We never talk to that person again. We took their check. We never see them again unless they're going to call and say, I want another sign at another location, or my sign broke. Can you fix it? We never see them again. But yet we have all their contact information, all the artwork we did. We have all the answers to everything. So I thought, why doesn't Signmedics add on and make good use of the graphic designer while he's having some slow time, and we'll add on some of these things, do some banners for them while we have their art, and make their non-illuminated signage and add promo products on. So that was our discussion. The owner felt it was too much for him to add on. So he supported me to start this on my own. So I still do contract work for them, and then I do my business. So that's kind of how it all, so we can work together. When I'm out networking, like I had mentioned, and I'm also looking for those people that can help me as far as a website developer. I keep using that one. Or I'm not the social media expert. Obviously, you guys figured that out. I'm not the Zoom expert. So I would, hire that out. But I'm also out, I know a lot of secrets about what's coming and going in the business world that you can't talk about yet. Businesses are coming in and things like that. So I can kind of get a heads up on that. I've been to different township zoning hearings and for variances and dealt with the public in that manner. So it sounds like after all that, this is more like a fun job.
Yeah.
It's very challenging. It has it's definitely nowadays, because we've lost so many suppliers, and I can't guarantee as many things as I was in the beginning, but I started this in 2016. And I need to take a half a minute here, maybe a minute, and thank David Bruno, because he's the one that introduced me to you guys. Mm-hmm. We have met at networking in Lancaster. It's kind of funny because I had like one end of the room and he always had the other end of the room, and it took months before we ever actually had a conversation. And he mentioned he was in York, and I said, that's one of the places I want to go, and I haven't got there yet. So that sort of just happened all before we shut down. So he had some events going on there with Local IQ, a growth lab, February, I think. And I attended that, and I learned so much there. And then he is the one that tagged me on this one night, said, you got to watch this. So we've been able, through LinkedIn and just reaching out to each other over the whole shutdown, kind of help balance each other out. Hey, what are you going through? Well, this is what I'm going through. What are your ideas? And this is what my idea. So I do sincerely thank him for introducing me to you guys, because I'm thrilled to know people that are so into helping their employees and working with the community. That's what attracts me to your business. You're not out, like you said to me, I'm not just selling products, and I don't think you are either, and that's what I like. Yeah,
no, for sure. And it's guys like Chris Baker and Glenn and everybody, and Vic and Chris Markey. It's the people that we have surrounded ourselves around that has created such a great culture. We definitely enjoy giving back to the community, and I watched a short video today that we're gonna have come live, or not live, it's not a live video, but a video that soon that YBA is gonna put out, and they got a really good clip of Chris Baker in there where it says, where we think we caught the bug. He didn't say it that way, but I'm gonna put it in my terms, that where we caught the bug was when we did that roof up in Lancaster. Chris, and do you want to elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, man. It all kind of started with that. We went out and did that roof for Crispus Attics. We went out to do a minor repair on a roof. For, I think it was Charter Homes, who's a big builder that we do, a local builder that we do work for. They do what's called a Ty. What's their lingo they put behind that? It's something work day. It's They have a cool name for it. It's like a catchy name that they use. Yes. Give back day or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Make a difference day.
Make a difference day. That's right. And like all the employees, like the office employees and stuff at Charter Homes, will go and they'll pick a business and they'll go in and they'll renovate it, and just basically give back to the community. They bring music and like food trucks and all kinds of that kind of stuff out there. Mm-hmm. Well, they reached out to Ty and wanted him to do. Wanted to see if we could fix the leaky roof that they had, because they had this big auditorium where they held all kinds of plays and stuff, and all the kids gathered after school, and that's where they would all hang out. Well, it was leaking like crazy. There was all kinds of different leaks, so I went out to check this thing, and it was no bueno. We could have put a giant tarp over the roof as a fix maybe, but there wasn't no fixing this thing. So Ty. Everyone's probably heard the story. We ended up giving them an all new roof and gutter system, tore the old roof off, all new gutters and everything. And it was a really eye-opening experience. And I remember calling Ty on my way home that day. And I was like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, man. If there's one thing that I can do for the rest of my life, it's this right here. Because this feeling I have driving home right now, I'm humbled beyond belief. And I feel good. You know what I mean? I feel good about everything.
Right.
And that was the bug, as Ty would say. And now it's like anytime that we're not actively running around like crazy people trying to figure out how we're going to pull off whatever Ty comes up with, we're looking for whatever that thing is. So
yeah, and we enjoy that chaos. You know, we were getting to a dry spell. I'm going to call it a dry spell. So it was like, well, what are we going to do? And one night on the show, we were talking about, I don't know, deep frying turkeys or doing something, and we came up with the big idea of, you know, we asked the audience, so like, okay, so what's the world record of, you know, how many turkeys were deep fried at one time? And somebody must have Googled it and put it in the comments, 20, and we were like, so we're going to do 21 turkeys this year, and we're going to donate them to charity. And it was all, I was going to say downhill from there, but really it was kind of uphill for a minute.
it was so
It was
uphill.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was truly amazing.
Yeah, so.
That was one of them hills that your parents talked about, uphill both ways on the way to school. You know what I mean? The way to and from school. That's what that was.
Yeah, but it was so great. I mean, the community, like really the community the mayor was there, the chief of police was there, David Bruno came down, everybody was there. I mean, everybody, all of our coworkers, their family members were there, their children were there, my sister-in-law and her husband, and I'm sorry, my wife's brother and sister-in-law were there with their kids. It was very, very humbling. Now, Chris Markey wasn't there, but so not everybody was there. Chris Markey's here.
I drove by.
My groupie. So I had to bust his balls a little bit, but it was phenomenal. So we're already thinking, okay, so we're going to do right now, I'm thinking, it doesn't sound very grandiose, but we're going to do some sort of food drive for the same church, because he was telling me that the food banks go dry in the summertime. So I'm thinking, well, if we can get out in front of that maybe and figure out some grandiose way to do the county's largest food drive, we're going to, you know, figure out some way to make this thing way over the top, and, you know, non-perishable foods, and we'll figure it out. We'll come up with something. But the coolest thing is, you know, about, I don't know, 20 minutes into it, after we had dropped all the turkeys, Pastor Joel came up to me. He's like, you already have me penciled in for next year, correct? And I was like, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, because
Wow.
he was impressed with how professional we were, and the coolest thing about that is we don't do this every day. We don't deep fry turkeys, not even once a year. I mean, maybe once a year I do a few, but not 21 simultaneously. Okay, we ended up.
The setup was great.
Yeah.
The layout, the setup was like amazing.
Yeah, it was.
You had them all lined up perfect, and
listen, I had it drawn out on a beer coaster. Okay, on exactly how this thing was going to go down. It wasn't a beer coaster, but my dad used to draw things on beer coasters all the time, is what made me think of it. But it was probably really a paper towel. But I had it drawn out, like where the parking lot, the street, the back parking lot, like we'll park back here, we're going to put the tent there. We got to run 3 rows of 7 to make it 21, 6 feet apart. You know what I mean? Like we had it down to a science. And then, okay, so on paper it looked great. Well, then here we are. I'm meeting the tent people, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is really good. We're going to have to do this. Like, we're really doing this. So my biggest fear, and I had mentioned this a couple shows ago, was the propane tanks. Having that many propane tanks in one location. So Chris Mendez, who works for Nine House out here in Dover, who also is one of our coworkers, went and got like these huge fire extinguishers. So we had put them at strategic places just in case something went down. But as we were pulling the turkeys out one by one, because they were different pounds, so they all didn't come out at the same time, but as we were pulling them out of the oil, I could feel my anxiety level going down, because I was turning off each tank one by one. It was like, finally I was able to breathe a little bit, that, you know, we pulled it off. And then we actually ended up doing 30 total turkeys, over 1,000 pounds of food. And we're going to top that next year. We're going to have to, because we ran out of food like within an hour and a half.
yeah.
We ran it to 6, but we were packing up by 5:30. Yeah, so that bummed me out a little bit, but we'll get there. But anyhow, so yes, we're it's not just about, you know, selling products. It's definitely not about that.
Now, I don't have those little extra skills that you have, as in manual labor. I kind of don't really have that in me anymore. So my give back is I take some of the products that I can help out. We just opened a new homeless shelter a few months back in Lancaster. It's a smaller one in a church. It's starting out small, but you know, they have they needed t-shirts, and I thought, wow, these people don't even have hand sanitizer at all. So I had gotten them hand sanitizer with a belt clip so they could keep it on them when they're coming and going. And I just send shipments as I can. I usually, for every piece of apparel, I pay back $1 and put it towards what I'm going to donate then. So I don't actually have, because I'm doing both jobs, I don't have the free time to go out there, you know, and stand and do like you're doing. So I just kind of pull all these things together and have it sent to them. And that's kind of my way to give back. That's my...
It takes all of us. It definitely takes
It
all of
does.
us. And I see
It does.
Pastor Joel's in the feed here. He said that we did 300 plus meals and that we were definitely out of there by 5 o'clock. That's how fast it
Wow.
was. It was over 1,000 pounds of food, and he was so gracious and generous. I mean, anything we needed. He's like, the bathroom's over here. There's power over there. Amazing guy.
From the beginning to the end.
Yep, from the beginning to the end. He was
And
there
every Sunday at 10:30.
every Sunday at 10:30 at the Union Lutheran.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they were just amazing, man. You
Right.
know how quick they made that happen?
Yes,
I mean, everyone did. It was amazing.
it was.
You know, it was meant to be.
It was.
And then we saw, what's his name? Did he ever come for a meal? Who's your
I
friend? that
never saw Glenn. I looked
So
for him.
I
today.
go there, and then your buddy Glenn's there, and he sees the shirt.
Yep,
Right? That was the first sign. You know, what I mean,
that it was meant to be for sure.
Yeah, I mean, all the hard work, everyone that works so hard, and they all work hard every day here, and then they put all that time in. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep, Alan Tyson just said we were out of stuffing and mashed potatoes in 45 minutes.
Well, you definitely optimized your brand very well.
Yeah.
I tried to count how many shirts there were running around there, but I lost count. But you guys really, that was optimal. And to see
Yeah.
what's great about that is I don't know who the people were. I don't know if it's a friend or an employee, but what I saw in the large picture was a group of togetherness, because even with just the shirts on, that's what it puts in my mind, that look at this, there's a whole group of togetherness working on something together. So you guys really, that was great to see.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic. It's going to be tough to top that one, but I'm sure we'll come up collectively. We'll come up with a grandiose idea of, you know, I'm really looking forward to this.
I have an idea.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm definitely willing to listen to whatever I did. And, you know, and a big shout out to Chris Markey for pulling that off for us, because, like always, I wait to the last minute and I'm like, dude, I need 500 hoodies, and he pulled off 300 or 500, like whatever it was. It was 12 boxes packed full of hoodies, aprons, face mask for us,
Wow.
gaiters, jeepers, creepers, all kinds of stuff. And of course he
You guys
did.
eat?
No, we
Did you get
did.
a chance to eat?
No.
No,
No.
we gave it all away.
Yeah, we gave it all away. Yeah. You know, and there was people coming up that wanted to pay for the meals and stuff. I was like, no, that's not why we're doing this. It was great. It was very humbling, but that's, you know, I was taught, you know, a few years ago that you got to give it away to keep it. And there's a handful of us that are probably on here listening that know where I got that from, and where it has been distilled in me that I have to give this away, what has been so freely given to me. And that's the culture that we've tried to develop. Okay, perfect example. One of our co-workers on here, Colin, I don't know if he's watching or not. Colin posted something on Facebook this afternoon and humbled himself enough to snap pictures of something that Chuck in the truck had helped him with that Colin didn't have experience with. But Chuck ran down there, gave him a few pointers, and they pulled it off together. It was teamwork. You know, it takes a village, and that's our guys. You know, that's Chuck doing what he does best, showing the younger generation below him that are our co-workers, you know, how to do what we do, our trade. Not that Colin's a very good tradesman. He does gutters, roofing. It must have been some sort of. Go ahead, Chris.
Ty, can I interject here real quick?
Absolutely.
I know the whole backstory to this thing here. So we had 3 of these canopies that we had to do down there, and I sent Colin down last week to do one, and he did one. He pulled it off, but it took him all day to do it. And he called me up afterwards. He's like, "Look, man, you know, I did it, but I'm not comfortable with it. It's going to take me a real long time, and I'd really love to like learn and you know, see exactly what I got to do, what I'm doing wrong. You know, some of these angles coming together are just, you know, they're boggling my mind. You know, I need help." And you know, all the men in the chat can, and I'm not being sexist or anything when I say that, but it's very hard for a man sometimes to ask for help. And for him to reach out and just be like, "Yo, man, I need help." You know, that's a big thing. And the good thing is he knew enough and had enough confidence in our team that if he asked for help, he would get help.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, man. That's
Absolutely.
a big thing to me. So I didn't mean to interject or anything.
No, I'm glad you did, because like you said, you knew the backstory too, because I knew where the canopy was and I knew the project, but I wasn't sure with the picture and stuff. I mean, the metal roof was on there. I saw the soffit on there.
So nice, man.
Yeah, so
amazing.
I wasn't 100% certain what. I assumed it was the soffit and stuff like that because it was Chuck down here showing
Looks like
him.
a lot of angles. I
Yeah,
was like, wow,
showing
talk
him,
about a puzzle.
you know,
That's
what to
a lot
do
of
with that.
angles in a condensed area.
Yes. Yeah, and there was quite a few of them on, and
Yeah.
there's multiple buildings down there.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Yeah, so that one picture really didn't do the community justice. I mean, it's a big, large community down in the Maryland area, and we couldn't pull off projects like that without all of us doing what we do. You know, we got Chris, who manages the service stuff. You got Brandon, who manages the service stuff, amongst 3 or 4 other hats that they wear throughout the course of the day. You know, we couldn't do this without Chuck, without Glenn, without Bob. You know, Denny and Derek and Jerry and those guys, and Colin and his guys, Tyler and Dave, and you know, there's just, and Giovanni and his dad work for us now. Giovanni's dad came to work for us, which I actually worked with him years ago. So I know he's a great mechanic from way back, old school roofer. And it's kind of cool to see, you know, cousins, brothers, aunts, uncles, we all work together. When I say it's a family owned and operated business, I'm not lying. I'm not kidding. We are a family. We're a close family. We've been through, if this pandemic hasn't put a wedge between us, I don't think anything will. If anything, it has brought us closer together, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
So what else? What else do you want to talk about? Is there anything else?
Diane, I want to ask you the famous question. What motivates you?
I don't know. I have an endless drive that won't quit.
Well, what's running that motor? If something's got to gas it.
Well, I like what I like. I don't want to say it's what I do. I like what I know, and then I can use it to help other people. It's probably how I would word it. There's things I know
that you get.
that I shouldn't hold them all to myself, because they're not. It's not doing any good for me to keep them all to myself. So if this is my way of, you know, being able to help other people, it can be something extremely small, like just tell you, I think you need to add some orange to your business. You're just using black and white. Orange is like, you know, you're going to be noticed, and it could be just that. But it's something that some people, you know, just don't have time to do. And, you know, time's money for them. You own a business, Ty. You don't want to be sitting there trying to figure out, oh, did I really need orange? I never even thought of it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's my way of helping the owner to take some things away from him so he can do what he's supposed to do, which is build his business. I mean, obviously it builds mine, but that's not really my thought most of the time. It's basically what I kind of feel like lots of times I just offer up, hey, here's this, and just walk away without even invoicing. You know, it's just me. That's what I guess motivates me.
Yeah.
Awesome answer.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Awesome answer.
Yeah, I like that too. And that's cool because most of the people, I think one guy, George, said money. You know,
He was serious too.
yeah. You know, but at least he was honest. You know, if that's what gets him out of bed, and I'm sure when in his younger days, as he was, you know, raising his children now, his children are older now, they have their family and stuff like that. I'm sure if you would have asked him that question 20 years ago, he would have probably said his family. And that's why I knew him 20 years ago. He was one of many mentors of when I was coming up through the trades. George and a couple other guys had showed me the ropes. George was a local home builder. I think I'm just trying to think of the name of his company back then, but he was one of the larger builders in York County. He owned a lot of land down here, and we just went from one house to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And if George didn't like something, he let you know. But we didn't work directly. I worked for someone else who got the work from George. But if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, George would come out and give us bonuses. You know, George would bring us out, you know, whatever, gifts and coolers full of water and just was great. So I know when he said money, it was kind of funny because I know back in those days, it wasn't money that motivated him. He is his passion for building homes and being able to construct a pile of wood into someone's palace is what motivates George for sure. Because after he retired, he went to work for Habitat for Humanity for many years building homes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really think he was just being sarcastic. But anyhow,
He's got a dry sense.
George Myers, I don't know if he's on the feed or
He's
not.
awesome.
Good man.
George
Jim
is
Roast
great.
is watching. Oh my. Jim Roast, I think he just figured out how to use Facebook. But congratulations, buddy. Thank you for
buddy?
watching. He doesn't even have a profile pic. But anyhow, yeah, let's do some shout outs, man.
Yeah, let's do it. So let me pick this up. Appreciate everyone. Dave Warall, good to see you. David KX, man, you're awesome. You keep York County and I'm sure other counties clean with Allied Maintenance. You're great. Colin, always good to see you, man. I hope your beard's recovering. I know the mask has done numbers to it, but you still look good, brother. Tom, good to see you, man. Always good to see you. It was great having you out at the studio. Tyler, good to see you. Chris, to the T, always good to see you, Chris. If you want to take a couple, I'm going to look.
Sure. Pastor Joel, good to see you, buddy. He said I may have stolen some turkey. Yeah, that's okay, buddy. You were allowed. You were the host. The host with the most that day.
Amen.
Yeah, for sure. Alan Tyson, good to see you, buddy. A proud supporter of TC Backer.
Awesome.
Construction. Who else is on here?
Roseanne, Jocelyn.
Jerry Runkle, good to see you, buddy. Jocelyn Kim, good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. Todd Rawhauser, Doogie, good to see you. Cody
Todd.
Rogers, my man. Good to see you. Rock, good to see you, Rock. Mike Hanscom, my man. The best CPA in the business. He's been doing my taxes for over 15 years. Mike Hanscom,
Jim Hankey.
Tax Services. Chuck in a truck.
One-handed shot.
Derek, good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure. Mike Grimm, he's the best electrician that I know. He does all our work. Good to see you, Mike. Mike Brown, good to see you. Mackenzie Miller, my daughter, she's on here. Sam, her best friend,
Sam
is on
Dave
here
Bruno.
watching. Glenn Orr.
Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn's coming on the show here shortly.
Nice.
One of these weeks here. Glenn was in here, and I think Glenn's gonna have a really big surprise for us. Yeah, so that'll be a good one.
Oh boy.
Jim Hankey. Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. Jim Hankey. I told him to think outside the box, and he definitely did, and I'll just leave it there for now.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So, David Bruno, my man. We were just talking about you, buddy. Polly, good to see you.
Polly.
Good
to see you, love
Lisa, good to see you. David KX, my man. Thomas Golden, he's a new member of the family.
Yeah.
Tyler Richardson. That's about it for now. I'm sure more people logged in here, but yeah, we enjoy doing this. You know, the support that we get. You know, I can't thank our viewers enough. I can't thank the people that support us enough. Shane, you know, we've been through a lot over the past 9, 10, months, I feel like I've known you forever.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Because we've
Joy.
been through so much from the home shows and then the lockdown and then trying to figure out how to do this thing
Well,
remote.
with you and Chris and now Vic, it's been
Yeah.
the trust circle, man. When you work with people you can trust, you can forge forward without having to look backward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've been in some tough times.
You know, and our special guest, you know, for being patient with us. You know, like tonight, we started at 7:04. I don't know if we've ever started exactly at 7.
No, and you started that, and I thank you for that gift, man.
Yeah.
Because I used to always be like, I tell people, I'm not in school. I'm going to get there right around that time, but we want to do it safely and right.
Yes.
And safety comes
Yeah.
first, and having a good mind.
Yeah.
You know, when you get on these shows, you have to have your mind right.
Right.
And there's a lot of virtual wires with real wires. There's a lot. Like what Vic does, shout out to you, Vic.
Yeah.
Besides carving turkeys, man.
For sure.
You carve up the internet.
Yes, he does.
So, good job to you.
Hey, Vic, get your hand out of your pants. You're
yeah.
live right
He
now.
puts a lot of work into it, man.
Well, you know,
he
Vic,
puts a lot of work in on this stuff. I know he sat at that booth for heck, Vic. What time did you call me this morning? Like 12:30 this afternoon or something like that. And he was working on that. I was on FaceTime with him for a solid 3 or 4 hours there.
Yeah.
Just constantly trying stuff, trying to figure out how we can get multiple Zooms and what's going to be our plan B, our plan C, because we all know that plan A never really comes to fruition there.
Yeah. For sure.
So we like to have a plan B, C, and D, and sometimes an E. One of them things got to work, right?
Absolutely.
But what's cool is, man, we bring a whole virtual community together in this live vibration. You know, that's good for the community. It's good for the people. It's roots for people. It roots for everybody. It wasn't a homeless event. It was a human event.
Exactly.
You know, those things are epic. And God, I believe, put all this together at that time because, a lot of companies would have laid back and you guys laid into it.
Yeah, man.
You know,
For
and
sure.
look what we've all set up. This is epic through Chris and all those at the at Horizon that set up this.
Jared.
That's epic. And
Yeah.
for you to have the courage to always be like, let's blaze forward and to put it together. I mean, this is a lot. You don't see companies doing this.
No.
This is a standalone Eagle setup.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
I love being a part of it. You
Yeah,
and
me
Chris
too.
and me and
Yeah.
Vic just, and there's a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
on live. But, talking about the home shows when Diane was, when these guys did the home shows, I was like, they were like, let's go live. And I was like, you know what? That's not me, man. I stay right here in this basement. This is where I go. Sorry, but I can't do it. And they were like, no, let's do it. And, so they helped me and we did it. And look, you guys we were the cornerstone. You talk about free gifts.
Hey, the pioneers.
Man, amazing.
We were reaching more people a day that came to the show the entire weekend. And we were doing 3, sometimes 4 live feeds, each day. Each day, yeah. And we were reaching thousands of people. I mean, let's say 3,000 people may have showed up all weekend long. We were reaching 3,000 people a day.
And shouting out companies that did the same business.
Yes.
So it didn't matter. If you wanted to come on and you were a window
We were
company,
bringing them
come on,
on.
tell people what you do. Right? And so that's the new marketing, right? And the new is you have to understand it's plentiful.
Yeah.
And you all, we did that. It was even when there was no creamer for the coffee, we showed up.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
We made our own creamer.
And the people that were part of it were like, man, we love what you're doing.
Yeah, and we had more people at our booth because they were like, what's all the lights and cameras about over there? So they were coming, we were just inviting them in. Moms and dads and kids and grandfathers, retired school teachers, retired police officers.
That whole group in Hanover, what's that Give group? I forget what they're called. They're super amazing. You would never know it.
Yeah.
But I forget, but all of them came on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was
a lot of
great
memories.
time.
Like I miss it, and I'm hoping York's supposed to have theirs February 11th and 12th, I think, or 14th. I'm sorry.
No, 12th to the 14th.
Yeah. Okay. 12th.
It goes on to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait. I've never wanted to get in a home show.
I hope they have it because that's like the beginning of our season, of our giving season as well too for us. There's a lot of things going on that we can get involved with. We built the gazebos last year and then we auctioned them off.
Monsters.
Yeah, man. We auctioned them off. We raised $12,000 on them. We gave $6,000 to what was that? Harvest Transitional Living.
Yep.
We gave them $6,000. We gave $3,000 to YBA, and then we gave another $3,000 to to dog rescue.
Architecture.
Architecture.
Yeah, architecture.
Yeah, architecture. So the money went to all good places. It was fun. It got everybody at the company involved with building these things, setting these things up, then coming down to the show, helping us set up, our displays and stuff. We took a studio with us.
That was crazy.
It was crazy.
Amazing.
Like we took a half a house with us, literally 2x4 walls, 8 foot tall, with metal standing seam roofs. Basically, we took all of this with us.
It was even more though.
Yes, it was definitely more.
It was 2 rooms.
Yes.
Or 3 rooms.
Yes,
It was
amazing.
3 rooms. Yeah, it was.
We had a sliding glass door that went into our studio.
That was
Tell me that
awesome.
wasn't the bomb.
No, that was awesome. That was
Right?
a cool studio.
Yeah,
definitely.
it was great.
It was fun. But it was you all being authentic about what you do. And that was the other thing. I want to go back real quick to what Horizon did when you all did that house for that lady. And, you watch HGTV, but if you go back and if anyone sees that, please share that episode. In 1 hour, no script, right? They destroyed all the ugliness around this house.
For sure.
For this
I
lady.
forgot about
And
that,
everyone
too.
got to watch it on live. It was one of the greatest live videos they ever did. That and the roof.
Yeah.
Were like, in my opinion,
Overcoming.
they were amazing
Overcoming
because they
apart.
were unscripted live. People just doing like this orchestra, like in the morning. It'd be great to do a time lapse video. We should in the morning set it up at like 6 or 5
good,
o'clock in the corner, and then just show that, and then maybe another one at the end, and then make a video about that. Maybe pictures
Yes.
in between of what went on in that day.
Absolutely.
How cool would
A
that
little
be?
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
pictures,
like
Yep.
that would be cool. And you're all open to that, and that's why Diane, that's what I love about you is you're open to that because I'm a creative marketing guy. Like that's all I do is marketing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you all are just amazing because at the end you want to make sure your client gets that amazing experience. And the client being everybody,
Yes.
whether you are here for your
Absolutely.
life or you're on the person that's getting the roof. That's the client's everybody.
Absolutely.
And that's what's awesome.
Yeah. For sure, man. And anything can.
Belmont Bean, Jason, Wicked Good Coffee.
Is he on there?
Yeah. Thank you for everything you do too, man. They do a lot. They're doing Toys for Tots. They do a lot for the community.
Yes, they do. We were just out
Ray
there.
Rosilli. Ray is still in the water.
Ray.
Rosilli.
Is he?
He stays in the water for a long time with his boat.
I think he may keep his boat. I don't know if it's all year round or not. He's got a big boat.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a big one.
So.
Yeah.
And he came up to.
Makes mine look like a dinghy.
Yours is slick looking, man. Beautiful boat.
Yeah.
But he brought that up. He brought that. I know that's inside stuff I don't know about. But he came up to the thing. That was nice.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And he donated. Ray donated. Myers donated. Mark Jones and Bricker's Fries. They donated some equipment.
I mean, that was part of the whole coolness of it too.
Yes.
Watching all those small businesses, come in and say we want to be a part of this authentic thing.
Yep. Even GAF helped out.
Awesome.
Brad Whitlock with GAF Shingles. He donated some bottles of gas, propane. I can't even. I should have been writing everything. Like I have about 5 different scratch pads and wrote down like this
Well,
guy
just
donated
keep shouting
this.
them out and
this
thanking
guy,
them.
Yeah, I'll have to.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and
And
if
it-
I ever miss anyone and don't thank anyone, especially a part of our coworkers, if I don't mention somebody's name or someone who has supported us, I really, truly am grateful for everything. The support that everyone, and the hard work and determination that our guys have. And like I see a couple guys on here, talking up, Colin and stuff like that, and that's his coworkers.
That's awesome.
Saying that he's a beast. And Derek's saying something here. He's like, I thanked the customer the other day for the hospitality, and they laughed and said, what did we do? Just being nice and pleasant. Don't know how much that means. Just being nice and pleasant, and that goes back to empathy.
Yeah.
We talk about that a couple times. It's empathy, especially right now. If we can't pull together as a community right now, we're never going to be able to pull together.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Even if it's as simple as wearing a mask, and I'm not even trying to promote that thing, but I had the epiphany of how selfish and self-centered of me to go in public without a mask, because it's not even about me.
Yeah.
And I could be totally wrong. In 6 months from now, I might have a different twist on it or a different spin or a different thought. But right now, where my mindset is,
It's not hard.
because I could go into Rudders and that could be someone's grandmother who didn't want to leave the house, and then there's some snot-nosed punk-ass kid Ty Backer, rolling up in there with his chest all puffed out, not wearing a mask. Or I could just simply put the stinking thing on, find one that I like. I'm still going through that phase.
Yeah, because that's a big thing, because I got ones I love.
Right. So I'm still going through this where I can't find one that I actually like. I actually like the ones Chris Markey made us. Are my favorite. Actually, the larger ones. It's not too tight and it doesn't move up and down. I don't have to mess with it. But anyhow, and I'm not even trying to act like I'm a liberal or anything. I'm not. I'm neutral when it comes to any politics or anything like that. I'm
it's
totally
just being a community person, looking out the best interest, and if you don't know, you have to be overcautious. You don't have the right not to be overcautious. I mean, I'm telling myself, right? Like, I want to be overcautious.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I don't mind wearing them. I mean, 6 months ago, a year ago, I would have gotten in trouble for going into a store with one.
Right, and we had that conversation. We're not wearing masks. I think we both said we're not going to wear it. I refuse to because I refuse to be controlled, but. I don't know. There are some things I don't agree with that are happening now and probably going to happen.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you too. And Chris, you should have probably stepped in and cut me off and got me off this topic by now. But
I think you probably should get off this topic right now, but I'm gonna let you roll, bro.
I'm not gonna do
I
it.
can add it to it.
No, but at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, we've been on the forefront of being out there doing business, doing it correctly, doing it rightly, doing it by the rules and the laws and just the good of the people, man.
Yeah.
Everyone loves everyone. There's a lot of love, and we're going to continue to show that love to people and respect people. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
That is what it's about.
And we show up every day when people have a one window, one roof, one leak, 2 leaks, 1 door, a new house, an old house. You call and and they say get 3 estimates all the time. And they do work on my house. It's out there. I mean, I always talk about Denny in the door, right? I got the lead. And I told you about these transgressions I had. I said, bro, the reason we need this stuff fixed is because I hate to spend my money, work hard for it, and then it's not even fixed. You saw my gutters. Chris, you saw my gutters. Now we'll get all that rain and it sounds like a train going down the pipe, and it goes down where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I love about you guys. At the end of the day, you're there to do whether it's 1 window or a job that's 44 windows or 50 windows, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're doing those gutters that are 300 feet for Inch Company that you did for them, or you're doing a little 4-foot section in front of somebody's awning, right? And at the end of the day, that's what I love. That's why I love coming here and showing up.
Yes.
You guys make construction fun again.
Yeah, we're trying to. We really
Alan Cross
are.
just joined the chat here.
Who did?
I just seen him hop in. I want to shout him out. What's up, Colin? Thank you for getting all that stuff done today, man. I appreciate you.
Where's he been?
Colin, good to see you.
I don't know. I just seen him pop in. I just seen it said that he's watching with you right now.
So
I just want to shout him out real quick.
Can we talk real quick before this goes off though about financing? Because people are feeling the cold. I felt it in our house. The temperature. I'm sure everyone felt it go down into the 20s at night.
Right.
What can people do? What type of financing options? Can we just touch on that quick?
Yeah, man, definitely. We got 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, same as cash, no interest. We have 5-year terms, 10-year terms, 12-year terms. So basically, let's say your roof is $5,000 and you want to finance it for 12 years. Basically, it's going to cost you about $50 a month.
Wow,
with no prepayment penalties. Yeah. You can pay it off early. Same thing with the same as cash terms. You can pay them off early, no prepayment penalties on them. Those are the banks that we like to deal with, because for me, let's say I wanted to get something done, but I know my income tax check is coming in April, okay? Yeah. So let's say it's, I need to get a couple windows. I can't afford all of my windows. We only want to do 3 windows, and let's do the front door because that seems to be where I'm losing most of my energy. We'll do that, okay? Wow. So if it's $2,000 and I know I'm getting, maybe probably $4,000 or something coming income tax time, so we can finance them for 6 months. Then when April comes rolling around and they get their income tax, they can just pay the $2,000 off.
No penalties.
No penalties.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, is there a special for end of the year gutters or something?
Yeah. Right now to the end of the month, we are running specials on free gutters with roofing. So, but there's certain
Yeah,
stipulations.
you have to qualify. You
Yep,
call and get the
yep,
estimate, and they'll
exactly.
let you know if you qualify. But there is
And I
a
believe
special.
we're doing a 50% off gutter guards as well right now.
They're awesome. This is the first year I haven't had to go
Yeah.
up on my ladder, you
Yeah.
know, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And safe. Like at the end, it's safe.
Yeah.
And I have a rancher.
Yeah, and you got the Cadillac of all gutter guards on your house right now, the micro mesh. Yeah.
It's amazing. You
Yeah.
know all the leaves that are around there? That's amazing. Shout out to Colin and the crew and all them out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But so you got specials on it. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And you guys work and ladies work all year round. So they can still qualify. They want to contact 321 Gutter Done.
That's right.
Or right here on Messenger.
That's right.
And just ask for someone to come out, and
Yeah.
someone will come out, whether it's Lauren or
Yeah.
Drew or whoever, you or whoever,
Dave.
Tom, Dave.
Yep. I go
whoever.
out. I went out on one Monday.
But someone will come out and respond. They'll take care of them and get you the estimate.
Absolutely right away.
So
Yeah.
if you want to get that taken care of, that's roofs,
Listen,
that's
and
doors,
we can do a contactless
estimate.
estimate. You don't have to be home. You don't have to come out of your house. We can actually share our screen with you to review the estimate with them. Our software does that where, instead of doing like in-home consultation, we
Yeah.
can actually be sitting in our truck in front of your house, or we can be at the office, wherever.
Yeah.
Usually we try to do it right away. We don't drag it on for days where you have to wait for your estimate. We try to turn it around within 12, sometimes immediately, depending upon the size of the job, and if you know exactly what you want. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know. And if they don't know, like, what colors they want to go with, as far as siding goes or profile goes.
Because there's a lot of options
Or
now.
the color of shingles, we have what's called E360, which is powered by hover. Okay, so what that means is we'll go out and we'll take pictures of all four corners of your house, and it will be sent out and then come back. Your house will come back as a three-dimensional
Wow.
picture of your house that you can manipulate in any way. You can touch this wall, turn it blue. You can put brick, add stucco, add vinyl siding, add cedar shake siding, Dutch lap, all different kinds. Change the color of your drip edge, your windows. We offer 13 different colors of windows, so you can tap on the window frames and change the color of that, change your
So you
roof
can
color.
see what your house is
You
gonna
can
look
make,
like.
if you can't visualize what you want, but you kind
Yeah.
of got an idea what you want, you can spend all day on this thing and just change the whole look of your house and make it look like a brand new home again.
And so, to change for a second to Horizon, they're still taking on clients for ice control, and people got a
Snow
little taste
removal.
of snow, right? Like,
Yeah.
I better line something, so you can still line up clients, whether that's residential or commercial.
Absolutely.
For Horizon.
Yeah.
So, and they'll do the ice control, the plan, whatever
Yeah.
needs done at the situation.
Exactly. We're still doing fall cleanups right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because it's been so warm, I know when I parked in my grass today, my car went down. I'm like, wow, it's still really warm out.
it is. It has been up
And it's
until
going to be in the 50s for the next 4 or 5 days.
exactly.
Again,
Yeah.
so they can still get fall treatment for the grass to come
Yeah.
up right in the spring, right?
Exactly.
And that's important.
Yeah, aeration, overseeding,
All
yeah,
right, all that stuff. So
fertilization.
they'll come and give an estimate too.
Absolutely.
HorizonLawnsLLC.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to Horizons. Either way, they'll get you to the right department. No matter
Yeah.
how you come. But like the page. It really helps. Y'all have done a great job at liking the TC Backer and Horizon page. If you could scoop over to Horizon and like their page, that would be great. Support them. Supporting businesses that support the community is integral in building a great community. And so that's why we appreciate your help and appreciate your shares.
Absolutely.
If you had work done, please put a review up. All that stuff is important to take a second. And you don't know who wants a job or who wants to have a roof done or a window done. I didn't tell any of my friends I was going to get a door done. I just knew I wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
So, get to know a contractor, get your 3 estimates, have TC Backer come out, your hometown contractor.
Absolutely.
They take care of central Pennsylvania, right? Like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then northern Maryland.
Yeah, Northern
So,
Maryland. Yeah.
if you're in Northern Maryland or Pennsylvania, give a 321 Gutter Done or give a call or whatever's comfortable
Yeah,
for you.
absolutely. I mean, we do work in Adams County, Franklin County. If you drew a circle around York, like a 50-mile radius around the York Dover area, we cover it. Dauphin County, York County. I mean, we've done work up in Delaware County already. So really, I mean, if it makes sense for them and us, we'll go. I mean, we've done work in Northern Maryland already, down in Delaware already. We've replaced roofs down. We do it every day, but you know, I don't want to get too far out there because
Right.
most of our local listeners here, you know, are more concerned about the South Central Northern Maryland market right now. But our footprint's pretty big. But right now we're kind of just staying, you know, local here because this is like a local channel. But Jason in here said earlier when we were talking about the community and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find it here. It was pretty cool what he said. Like, what did he say? He
Hey,
said,
Carmen, good to see you. Frank's Granite Marble. Carmen, you're awesome. Can't wait to see you at the home show.
collaboration is the new currency. Community strong.
Amen.
You know, and that's really what I was trying to say. Like right now, I would just really like to see the community to pull together, you know, and empathy more so than anything is empathy, you know, because we deal with the public all the time, okay, and you know you'll come across, like, I think at least for me, and I know a lot of us, you know, right now I think we're all waking up with a little bit more stress than usual, just because of the uncertainty and stuff like that. So I really feel like if we could all just have a little more patience and tolerance and love for each other, and I don't want to get back on this topic again, but community strong, like Jason was saying,
Yeah.
and our chief of police in New York City, I think he's really going out of his way over and beyond to try to pull the community together in there, and the
Tuesday and Thursday, what you said, just real quick, you
Yeah.
can go on foot patrol
Right.
with them guys.
Exactly.
How cool is that?
Exactly.
I mean, that's old school. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
And
It
our
is old
city
school.
needs that. Every city needs it.
Yes.
But we have a police commissioner in New York City that goes on foot patrol and invites anybody that wants to go with him on Tuesday and Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't go downtown; he goes all over town.
Yes.
So
No, that was pretty cool. I've been following him on Facebook.
I
He's
want
doing
to
a
try to
great
get
job.
out there and do it.
Yeah, and our mayor in New York City.
And
great
how about
guy.
the commissioner put on the
Yeah.
sweatshirt? How
Right.
cool was that?
Yeah.
Right? He
Yes.
didn't even think about it. Just like, cool, look what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Everyone appreciates everyone that's
Yeah.
participating.
Yeah, the support has given me a different outlook on a lot of
Yeah,
things.
Mayor Helfrich, how nice was that to come out? And he stood in line and got a meal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. It was
Yeah.
all good stuff, man. It was definitely. I got emotional there for a minute. I had to suck it up, but just the overwhelming support and the crowd, the people, the locals, you know, that came out and supported and waited in line to get, you know, food and stuff, and just it was
Perfect corner.
the
There's
whole
a great
thing, and the
flow.
weather was perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
think
how
they
about
were.
that?
I think they were calling for rain, but
Yes.
it didn't rain, and
I mean, God just lined everything
Yeah.
up to make sure that people got fed.
yeah, and I apologize. You know, if
No,
I keep
it's-
circling back
Man, listen,
to
we
that,
worked
like I'm
long
still on
hours.
that high from that.
Yeah, that was awesome, and we should talk about it because everything inspires someone else. You know what I mean? We inspire each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You inspire me. Vic inspires me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Diane, Chris, everyone.
Yes.
You know, watching everybody on social media.
He just wants my glasses.
I
yeah,
do
they
want
are
them.
nice. I do like
Because
them.
he doesn't have my glasses. That's
No,
all.
I need them. I want to see into the future
I'm
too.
getting-
I love those.
Alice in Wonderland, I'm going to go back to the future and see if I can.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of Bob from the Minions.
There you go.
You ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They look just like Bob's glasses.
Do not make a meme out of this.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank
Appreciate
you.
the time.
Yeah, and
I'm
we'll.
going to leave you with a thought. I'd like everybody to try to think about, we're in it together and we're all focused on what's happening right now. And we're talking about what was and what was normal and we want it back. And I encourage everybody to keep constant forward motion and look at building the future. And you can restore some of the past, but I don't think bringing it back is what we need. I think we need to try to get everybody on the same look ahead. Don't get stuck in this and just keep looking forward and keep building our futures.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree. I appreciate you coming on tonight. We will definitely connect here in the near future.
Well, I'm going to come over there to the York Builders Show.
Okay, cool.
Daylight hours, I'll be over there.
Yeah, and Bruno said in here, I think that's where I actually met him originally, was last year at the builder show. Yeah, so that it's great. You know, I love networking with people. I love bouncing ideas off people. I try to keep an open mind. I love, I feel like we're all in a good spot right now at the company. You know, where we're having fun. Not that we weren't having fun, but I really feel like, you know, I like the challenge. You know, I hate to say that. Maybe it's a little sick and twisted, but you know that the atmosphere and everything that's going on right now, I think I feed off of that, and I'm enjoying the challenge and being creative, you know, on thinking on how can we market ourselves and thinking outside the box. And I love some of the things you said, so I can't wait till we can get together sometime and really bounce some ideas off each other.
No, I've got a whole email forming in my head.
Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Baker, you want to send us off tonight?
Yeah, as always, man, I appreciate everyone that tunes in. You know, we've had some of the same supporters since week one. David KX, you know, all of our employees, our family. Diane, you're a recent heavy supporter of us. David Bruno, you know, all the people, and I'm not even going to start to get names here because I don't want to pull a tie and get lost in get struggling and end up forgetting, man, and I don't want to leave anyone out. So I just appreciate everyone for always, you know, sticking by us and for helping us through this turkey salute and everything. We definitely see you guys. We appreciate you. And next week at 7 o'clock, Wednesday, I'm going to be back live in studio, thankfully. I'm tired of this Zoom stuff here. It's not the same.
I need you here, man. We need you here.
What's that?
Yeah.
We need you here, man. So we can. Man. I got the energy. There's like a weird.
Vibes, man.
Yeah, there's a weird. Right, but before I forget, you're talking about next week. Ronnie Orwig is our special guest.
Great guy.
Orwig Racing, and he also is a co-worker of ours over in a different division. We also have TCB Rentals that I felt like he doesn't get enough recognition in his guys. So I thought, you know, we're about every other week we're going to try to bring a co-worker on and you know, ask them some questions like, what do you like honestly like about working here at TC Backer? Nice. You know, or whatever. I'll drill him with some questions. I'm not even going to get, you know, I'm going to surprise him and put him on the spot because I want to hear the honesty from him. But he's a great guy. His son is racing now. Ronnie is a racer, sprint car racer from years ago, and now his son's showing interest and has been driving the car for about the past 3 years. And having said that, I also want to mention that this year we're going to have what's called the TC Backer Night out at Williams Grove, where, you know, all the companies going to be out there one night, and you know, they can bring their kids, they can, you know, bring their families and stuff like that. So that's going to be a really wild night. I'm going to try to get at least one of the other cars out there that we sponsor, either Tommy Cordell or Jim Roast, or maybe we can pick a night, because I know a lot of times they all race in different styles of cars, but a lot of times they're there at the same night. So hopefully we can find a night where all three of them are there and just have a big blowout. Like Williams Grove will have never seen anything like it before. So
nice.
Yeah. So anyhow, thank you guys so much, Chris Baker. You're the man. I miss you.
Miss you, bro.
I'm gonna give you some noogies when I see you. Diana.
Yo, Ty, I will come down there right now for some noogies, man. I need some noogies right now.
Well, come on down and I'll paint something on your big forehead there on this Zoom there. Your forehead looks like it's this big. Just so you know, your forehead looks like it's this big.
The 5 head, man. That's a 5 head, not a 4 head.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The 6 head. But anyhow, you guys have been a blast.
Much love to everyone, man. I appreciate everyone. Appreciate all you guys. Diane, thank you very much for hopping on the show. I hope to meet you in the future. I guess I'll probably meet you at the Builder Show.
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds good. Stay safe, everyone.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, stay safe, everyone. See you next week.
Yep. See you guys.